Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make some professional ORES Plus build hacks. Mainly free, but I'll fit another one, which is of me building that house, or recreating it, I guess. So yeah, and then, so the first thing I'll be showing you how to build is the ore deposit. So you need a couple custom ores for this one, including some stone, along with maybe a few other things. Oh, and I don't need this yet, but I still need the stone. So the first step, it's froze, sorry. So the first step you have, oh my god. So the first step is that you have to dig out a random shape in the ground. Doesn't matter what shape it is. So, and then you can dig as deep as you want. It can even go down to -64. I don't care as long as you use deep slate. Otherwise, I will care and I will get your and then once you're done that, you can then begin placing all of your ores. You can also add. It's also recommended that you add vanilla Minecraft ores, but it doesn't matter whatever ore you use. You can even use ancient debris. And then, once you're done placing your ores, I'll just quickly finish it up. You can then fill up the empty spaces with stone, and then cover up the layer. And then you can add more ores. And then you can also add more ores to the layer that you got when you covered up the first layer, and then rinse and repeat until you've gotten to until your stone patch has gotten to the surface like this. And then it's recommended you build inside of it, like adding to your ore deposit, and then you can also add more ores too, and then do the same, and then eventually you'll get something like this. This doesn't look, I know this might not look good to anyone, but yeah. And then eventually, if you want, you can also cover it up with grass to hide the ore, so anyone who sees it just thinks it's like a random pillar. And then you can also add crystals. In order to add them, you have to go make a hole. You have to go make a hole through your stone blob. And you might have to sacrifice some ores for this. And then second, you have to fill up that hole with whatever crystals you want to use. And then after, you have to and then it should look something like this. So that way, when you dig through it, it looks as if it's struck through. So yeah, features. Anyways, I'm gonna stop acting stupid. And anyways, let's get on to the second build hack. Well, I forgot what it was for a second, which is the tiny ore monument. For this one, I'm going to be using marble. But you don't really have to. I'm just gonna get some blocks from this house I built. And if you really want to build a house that looks like this, then I'll make a separate video on building it. It's pretty cool. The aftermath of when you're finished building it is pretty cool. So first, you have to start by digging out the floor or placing the walls. It's best that if you do 3 by 3, so that way it will just be like, so that way it doesn't take that long, and then so that way it doesn't take a long time. And then if you started by building the walls first, you can then dig out the floor and add any perspective blocks. Sorry about that. And then it's recommended that you add some sort of metal to the top to give it like some sort of bevel or something. I don't know. And you can also do this if you want, although it's not needed to like to add random blocks to the bottom of your tiny monument. And then if you want, and then you can eventually top it off, no pun intended, with a random block. Doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be decorative. You can even use amber or whatever or you want to use. I don't even mind if you use dirt or these or even a barrier block, so it looks like it will look like it has no roof to some people. And it will also give you something to do when you're bored, which is slowly chip away at your roof every month or so. And then you can also add your anything else you want. For example, you can add windows, log corners. It's recommended you do this so it doesn't look odd. And you can also add log corners. Sorry for repeating myself, but I just do that sometimes. And then you can also add your door. Like everyone out there, we need doors. And then you can, and like I said, you can also add your windows. Preferably use solid glass or, yeah. And then like I also said, you can add your interior. I'll just put a brown bed along with some crafting table. So yeah, that's an example of how you can build it. Oh, and I forgot the last aspect. You also need lights. It's unrealistic to put torches around wood, but I guess since neither beds or crafting tables burn, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. Next up is the quarry. Perhaps one of the second longest. So, in order to build a quarry, you need a limited amount of TNT. You need to place down a limited amount of TNT, and then ignite it with whatever you have. Sorry, torch. I don't need you. And then after it blows up, you can then grab whatever custom or regular ores you want from wherever you want. I want amber and iridescent. And then you can return. And then if the location you were at to grab the ore blocks was far away from you, then you can go back. Then you have to locate your area or just go back to it. And then you can start placing the ores down, or maybe after you're done collecting all of this. And then you can begin placing your ores down. Doesn't even have to be a real vein, can just be a 1 vein or 2 vein or 3 vein, I don't really care. And then after you're done, oh, sorry, not dirt. Dirt isn't an ore, unless if you count the fact that random ore drops exist, I guess. No. Oh, and you can also use I just realized I should use cinnabar too. My second favorite ore texture, right behind amber, not hamber. So yeah. And then once you're done, I have to do /kill, although this will probably ruin my house even more. It's recommended you do /kill to remove all the items you got from that explosion if you had tile dropped previously. And then it's recommended you also put a mine drill, but I'm not gonna do that. And you don't even have to leave your mine drill there. You can just drill a hole to make it look like the core has been used, but I won't do it for mine. For this demonstration, since yeah. Oh, I should put some cinnabar on the smaller hole too. And then you can also put a bridge with whatever block you want. And And you can also put a conveyor belt too. You can either craft it or give it to yourself. I'm using conveyor belt 0. Oh, this is not the right. I'm using conveyor belt 0, but you can also use whatever conveyor belt you like. Oh, what? Well, why did it disappear? And then once you're done your path, sorry about that. You can also add some fencing. Sorry from the glitchy footage. It just does that sometimes. This console is turning 3 years old this year. Maybe even 4. So yeah. And then you can also add pickaxes. I don't know how to add them, but yeah. And then yeah. You can also add whatever other additions you learned from other build hack videos to this quarry. And then yeah, after that you will be done building the quarry. And now I think that would be it for this video, but I'll make an entire separate video on how to build something like this. So yeah, I'll see you in that video, or whatever other video you're planning to watch. Although there's still a chance I might not see you in that video. I know my name is Steve, but let's get out of the video and watch something else.